Cuevas. My name's CISCO. This is my son Jacob Cuevas. And of course George, Pero mi Leslie, Pastacio. And that's my wife over there, Ana Cuevas. Well, the way he got started, it's my kid was doing really bad in school. He was just behaving, he loved the sport of soccer. I mean, really loved it, really enjoyed it. And that's how these kids know each other for many years. We've been living in this neighborhood for more than 8 years. And they used to play soccer together. They're like brothers. Me and my kids are everything for me. I was raised without a dad, a father. So I want to be with the family. I'm a family-oriented person, when it comes to my mind and myself, obviously. Because I didn't want my kids to go through any pain that I went through. So I saw my kid, I put him for discipline in the boxing world, thinking, it will help him out down the road. I didn't want him to go, this route like I went, and start falling apart from there. So I really have to step in as a father and put an example to him and be like, you know what, you're gonna go in there as a discipline. And I did put him in there, thinking they were going to help him out. As a matter of fact, I used to train there, and I used to box there too. And they used to have a really great training there. I mean, they were really strict. They used to train you. I mean, they were really, really awesome on that. And I was hoping for the same thing. But then, I was really busy at work nights. And then I got into it with my son. I was like, okay, what you doing? And my 2 days off wasn't plenty of time. How you doing in the boxing world? This and that. And he was like, well, I'm doing great. But it's funny because he was doing it over 2 years. And he used to do a little bit of soccer himself. And both of them, he used to do it more than he did. And, I didn't want him to quite play soccer because I've been boxing for many years. I did amateur fights myself. And the way he started, he's like, I wanted him to follow my sport since he was 5 years old. But he didn't like the sport, as much as I did. I mean, he used to fight. He's a fighter since he was 5. He used to fight everybody on the block. I used to put him to spar with different kids. And even my other daughter, which is 21, she was able to, she boxed too. It's throughout the family. I mean, they all fought. Even my wife, she sparred with me. She sparred with other people. I mean, it's just something we love. It's a part of the family. For parties and all that, we put our gloves on, we fight with each other. As a sport, of course, not as a violin. And then I put my kid, and he didn't like it. He's like, no, Dad, I don't want to do it, And I'm like, no, you're going to do it for discipline.
When he put me in, I started training on my own. Yeah, there was other coaches there, but they didn't really pay attention to. They didn't pay attention to no one. They'll just train everybody. They'll tell little tips, but they didn't really stay on you. So I would just mostly train on my own. So I would just hit the bag for four rounds. I would still do my work. I would still do not, but not as much as he does now that he got me in. Because he quit his job for me, and now he started to train me, but it's nothing like how I used to do it.
He was falling in love with the sport, and then he's like, Dad, I want you to step in because I really want to, be a professional fighter now. I want to make it to the top. So I was like, I didn't think he was serious in the beginning, but then I started going 6 months before I started taking his training, and then I started going inside the gym. I got my USA boxing coach license where I'd be able to be on his corner anywhere in the United States, going there, back him up. We don't need anybody else as far as that. I could be I wrap his hands. I had to learn all the other procedures so he could be doing it right. And that's how he started, and when I took over his training, from now on, he could tell you the experience. He's way different. We train 4 hours, hardcore, because this is a serious sport, and I know he's gonna make it to the top.
So since my dad got in, we had to figure out a schedule how we were gonna do this about school. We got to do a lot of things. Basically, my day it's school from 8 to 3:30. I get out of school, I go home. I eat real quick, and then I let it go down. And then we start, me and my friend, we run to the gym and we come back. So we run to the gym, we start running like at 4. We get there probably like at 4:20, 4:30. We get there, we start training really hard till like 8. We run back, it's probably already like 8:30. I go home, we eat, I come back, I do my homework, I do what I gotta do, take a shower and just go to sleep. That's basically Monday to Friday. Saturdays and Sundays we be taking it chill, but at the same time we still do our work, we still be running, but we basically never stop.
One of our disappointments obviously was our first fight. You know, when he got into it, I didn't even know about the fight.
Well, like my dad was saying, I didn't really like the sport. Like he didn't really force me to. He was just like, he just wanted to put me in it. He didn't force me at all, but then he started seeing my grades, how I was doing, and I was doing bad. And then that's when my dad put me in. He was like, this is for discipline. And I was like, okay. And then when I got in the gym, I was boxing, I was there. And like a month later, I just started loving the sport. And I even told I signed myself up for an amateur fight, and he didn't even know about it. And I told him, he was like, wait, what? I thought you didn't like the sport. And I was like, Dad, I love the sport now. I don't know what changed me. And he was like, well, okay. And then from there, he started getting more into me with the sport. And then we got the first fight. We lost, but I mean that's experience. That's experience that we had to learn from it. All the fights that we had, we experienced more. We learned more from the fights. We learned what to do now, for we could win the fights now.
He got into the sport. He fought. And I didn't even know how well he was trained. I mean, I didn't know anything. And this guy was heavier than him, way taller than him, more experienced than him. He had 5 fights. My kid was 0 fights. He was older than him too. I mean, we had all these disadvantages. And the thing that I see about my kid, I wasn't training him, but I was concerned about him. I was like, you know, because I have the heart of a warrior. I never backed down, and I was kind of disappointed on him because I see a lot of things he wasn't doing correctly. But obviously, I know why now. And what I see about my son is that, you know, he comes from me, where he has the heart of a lion. He came back and he told me, Dad, you know, and I told him we got to get the rematch. He never said no. He was like, yeah, I wanted to. And what happened, this is one of our biggest victories. I mean, one of many that we have gotten. It's where he got a rematch and he actually beat that guy.
So, like how my dad said, I was really mad because he was over everything. Like he had 5 fights over me, he was stronger. So I was like, I even told him, I was like, I wanted the rematch, and I was like, I can't lose like it. And he was like, all right. And he was like, all right. And then there's some lady named Dawn. She was like, yeah, I'll get it perfectly for you. Next fight. So I already had 5 fights. I don't know how many fights he had. And I was really mad. I was really activated for this fight. I really wanted this fight because I wanted to beat him so bad. So I was like, alright. So when we were in there in the gym, he was like mad dogging me. He was doing a lot of stuff. He went his friends to go check on me, check on me, and then they were laughing at me. And in my head, I was just like, alright, I got you guys. So that, I mean, mainly it got me mad because him and his friends, they were just making me mad, man. And so when I got up in the ring, I was really confident. I was like, alright, watch. And I was like, and then that's when I got in the ring and I started whooping him, battling.
And he actually beat that guy.